On avait quelques teufs cette nuit, on s'est mis la tête en vrac.
Oui, t'as l'air légèrement excitée.
J'ai bu quelques Red Bull. T'as déjà bu du Red Bull? J'avais jamais bu de Red Bull, mais là j'ai bu du Red Bull cette nuit, j'adore le Red Bull. J'ai un nouveau collier, il luit dans le noir. Mais là, on peut pas le voir, à moins de faire ça.
C'est impressionnant.
Yes, man.
Est-ce que j'aimerais augmenter la taille de mon... Oui, comme si j'en avais besoin.
Well, Jim was involved in the movie before I was, and I first met him to sort of talk about, you know, my ideas for the movie, and I was very pleased to find that we were very in sync about what we wanted the movie to be and what we didn't want it to be.
Are you okay? Fine, I'm great. Somebody get Jim off that.
We wanted it obviously to be very funny, but we also wanted it to be grounded, and it was what we were both attracted to in Danny's book, was that it was really something anybody could do. You know, you could suddenly decide to say yes to everything.
Yes! Yes!
No.
It doesn't require you to, you know, have some special power. There's no magic involved. It's just a life choice.
I think, you know, I did, part of the reason why I was attracted to the script is, you know, I can be a bit of a shut-in at times. You know, I can go Howard Hughes occasionally. Oh yeah, tape the windows, everything. Pee in a bottle. It's crazy, but you know, I really, you know, need to like force myself to get involved sometimes and to get reconnected to people.
Got a bump of hot sauce. You guys are really into this yes thing.
For me, this movie is a culmination of my really funny side, you know, physical and otherwise, and my self-help side. You know, the part of me that's been looking for answers my whole life through every kind of means. You know, so they've kind of come together in this movie, in the first self-help comedy.
No.
We would sort of alternately try it for a day at a time, you know, whether it was Jim or myself or the writers, you know. Invariably, somebody would come in one day and said, well, yesterday I had a yes day. I did it all day long, and here's what happened, and this seemed good, and this didn't work out so well. But it's a really interesting experiment to try, even for a day, you know, because A, you'll be surprised what happens to you, and B, I think you'll also be surprised at sort of what it does to your attitude about life. You know, you start to realize maybe how guarded you have been in your life and how kind of like a wall you put up. And when you just decide you're going to say yes to everything, there's something kind of freeing about it.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I did it for a couple of hours, and then the marketing department called it from Warner Brothers, and you know, unfortunately, I'm going to have to stand in front of Mann's Chinese Theater in a plastic case for about 3 hours. Okay. You know, so I had to stop because it's just too much. I mean, you know, I don't know how Danny Wallace stayed out of prison. You know, it's crazy.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, we shot the movie about a year ago. You know, Jim's character is a junior loan officer at a bank, which was just sort of a job that we decided on because it felt like there was great comic opportunity for a guy who was a loan officer and had to say yes all the time. But now, a year later, when you watch the movie, it's kind of interesting because, you know, the economy is you know, so in the headlines these days, and the idea that he plays a loan officer really kind of feels extremely relevant right now.